Great news came early this morning from the Attorney General's Office of Quintana Roo. Luis and Johan Camara, the father and son duo kidnapped on Tuesday, have been found alive. The Louisville residents are back home tonight, reunited with their family after enduring 3 terrifying nights in the hands of armed kidnappers in Mexico. While the details of their ordeal and release are still sketchy, Belize's ambassador to Mexico, Oscar Arnold, confirmed that although the men are safe, they were robbed of personal items. The investigation is ongoing.
The report this morning was that both gentlemen were found alive. It seems to have been mistaken identity. There are some superficial wounds from what we are told, from them being either handcuffed or tied up. They had some wounds, some lacerations around their wrists, but outside of that, so far they seem to be okay. They went to do a medical checkup, and I do believe also that the local police will probably do an interview as well to try to get some information from them. We understand that some items were taken from them, identification, passports, and laptops as well. It seems that during the course of trying to ascertain whether they were the right individuals that these people were looking for, they were looking for evidence to either corroborate or to find out exactly who they were. But so far, it seems to be a mistaken identity case.
Details, including where the men were taken, where they were found, and who found them, are still unclear. Arnold said the primary focus earlier was to get the men back to Belize safely. But what happens now with Johan's academic pursuits in Mexico? Will he continue his agricultural studies? Will he be offered some kind of security if he does?
Our council in Chetumal is also assisting to try to get the both gentlemen across the border. That or those type of information is not available to me as yet. It seems that they were left somewhere to be found. The exact location, I am not privy to that information as yet. Here at the embassy, we are relieved that they were found alive. However, the questions you pose, along with many other questions, are things that we are following up with the authorities. We want to know. We'll be asking them, we'll be engaging with them to find out exactly what they know, what they have.
This is the first time something like this has happened to anyone from Louisville. And even though the men have been released, the incident has left residents feeling uneasy about crossing the border. The situation has sparked concern among Belizeans who travel to Chetumal for various reasons, including shopping, as shared by Chairman Isael Pott and resident Marta Chuk.
It will trigger a fear to cross that border to many Belizeans. Also, on the education side, some Belizeans look for further education on that side, so they might think it twice. Not only the village, but you can see it in the comments of the social media.
We were afraid, and I still am afraid, because that's something that we don't imagine that could happen. But I thank God that they are safe and return home.
Although the family is safely back together, Belizean authorities haven't yet said if this incident will lead to a travel advisory for trips north of the border.
Before we can maybe give an official embassy on behalf of the Foreign Affairs or the embassy here, we need to get all the details before we can issue any other comment on the safety of traveling across the border. My advice would be that each of us, every individual person, is responsible for their own safety as well whenever they're crossing any borders. The authorities have advised that they will step up their vigilance along the routes that are normally traveled by Belizeans whenever they visit Quintana Roo and Chetumal and Oton P. Blanco. So my advice would be to remain vigilant, to ensure that you stay on the beaten path. Don't go off on any side roads or any secluded areas.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.